Good evening. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. While some people join, I'm just gonna set the mood a little bit. Jam for a second or two. While people are being informed that the live stream is happening. Tonight we'll be doing some tarot readings. Tarot Tuesday after all. But right now we'll just play out for a second. Greetings, welcome in. We're about to do a reading for the collective. Then we'll be doing random number generator readings or donation-based readings. Give it a second, let people join. How are you feeling this evening? Where are you coming from? What are you getting into? Drop a comment, let us know. Say hi, get to know each other. What's up, Texas? There's no way. Go off, Queen. You're such a sweetie. Hi, Hollywood. How you feeling? We're out here in the present moment, just chilling in the right here and now. Greetings, everybody. Hello, butterfly. How you doing tonight? Thoughts on psychedelics? Psychedelics are one of the most potent beings on this planet, and you just stumbled on a tarot reading. I'm just out here warming up the vibe while people join in this evening. Today is Tarot Tuesday. But yeah, psychedelics are one of the most potent medicines to walk the planet, and they've made me all the better. Definitely is essential to treat them with the utmost respect. What's up, Vegas? Greetings, fellow beings. I feel blessed that you're here too. I feel blessed to be here. What a beautiful way to share our Tuesday. Welcome in, everybody. We are going to be doing Tarot Tuesday, playing with some cards. Going to be playing with my Rider-Waite Smith deck, but we'll just keep warming up the crowd while everyone joins in. Greetings, good evening. Hi, Utah. How are you doing out there? One of my favorite states. Honestly, it's so gorgeous. Thanks for the compliment, by the way. Yeah, nothing more than a reflection of you. I'm so grateful to be here. Every day is a blessing, that's for sure. Of the collective. Then we'll do random number generators, where I will give like I'll say, between the random numbers of 22 and 44, guess, and whoever gets the number will get a reading, a general reading. We'll do 2 cards and a root, meaning we'll pull 2 cards and we'll flip the deck upside down. And that's the root. The root is what ties together the 2 cards that are drawn, what everything is grounded, what everything is rooted in. And yeah, we'll just be here as an open channel to speak whatever intelligence wishes to be communicated through this vessel to the collective here today. And if you want to ask a specific question, if you want to get a specific reading for yourself and you want to secure that, you can just donate to me. $5, Cash App, Venmo. You can find the links in my bio if they're too much of a challenge. Otherwise, I'll drop a comment on here so you can check it out. And that's how we'll build a queue. And we'll honor the queue. Those who are in queue will get prioritized first. Otherwise, we'll do random numbers and just have some fun, because that's really what it's all about. What are you grateful for today, by the way? I'm grateful to be here in Ohio. I've been living in California for the past 5 years. I was born and raised in Ohio, and currently I'm here back in town. And I'm so grateful to be with my family. I'm grateful to have my cat with me today. Grateful to have her close. Aww, super sweet. Let's hear you sing. Okay, I'll play out a song real quick. I'm not the greatest singer and I'm still learning how to sing and play at the same time, but I got you, fam. That's what we're here for. I'm scared at home, alone. I want someone to accompany me. Lost in love, wants to find someone to accompany. Do you want to date? You're funny. You're very open. No. I don't. Not based on that message on my live stream right now. But I appreciate you. You're sweet. Alright, we'll play this cover that I've been learning. Let's see if you know it. What are you so afraid of? Is it love or wasting your time? Yeah. What are you so afraid of? Is it love or wasting your time? Man, shout out to X. If you know, you know. Grateful to be surrounded with love and those who love like I do. What a beautiful way to be. Shout out to everybody. Thanks for letting me play for you. I'm definitely no pro when it comes to music or anything. I'm just learning how to be a professional human, kind of. I don't really mess with professionalism, but I'm finding that it's important to learn how to be grounded and relatable. So professionalism is a great way to meet everybody in the middle. That was random, but yeah, we're gonna jump into Tarot Tuesday and get reading. The cards are ready. The cards are ready. Before we do that, I would like to light this candle. I would like to take some breaths together, maybe just do 3 breaths collectively before deciding to dive into the container that is Tarot Tuesday today. We're lighting this candle with the intention of honesty, openness, truth, willingness, just allowing us to communicate what wishes to be communicated through us today. Stepping out of the way and in tune with you. I'm feeling so grateful. Thank you, Ash. Hi, greetings, you beautiful beings. I'm feeling so glad to be here. And yeah, let's take a moment. To simply close our eyes or focus and tune in for a second. Allow yourself a moment to sit in your body and sit with whatever it is that you're feeling. We'll take 3 breaths and then we'll open up the deck and we'll get going with it. So before we begin, I just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up today. Thank you for yourself for doing the same. And may you grant yourself a moment to simply sit with whatever it is that is present and witness without judging, and just allowing yourself a moment to get comfy and to breathe and slow it down and feel into your body. And then we'll play with the cards. So we'll collective inhale all together. And we'll exhale just to release. Clear that energy, let it get moving. And then we'll focus our 3 inhales, inhaling through both nostrils as best you can. Filling up your belly, your rib cage, your heart space. Holding at the top and exhaling, softening in the face, softening in the waist, softening in the abdomen. And again, once you've exhaled entirely, inhale the best that you can through both nostrils. Exhale at the top. One more breath, we got this. Inhale through both nostrils as much as you can. Exhale to release. Let the air back to the wind. Before we begin, I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank me for being here. I want to thank all of the beings who have played a role in allowing us to be here today. Thank you to our teachers. Thank you to every single moment that allows us to learn from it. So we may be forever students, and we may continue to stand more in tune with our truest truth. Your tune, whatever sound that you came here to make, your unique expression of self. Thanks for being here today. Without further ado, we're going to play with the tarot. To me, tarot is an open form of divination, a means of communicating with the divinity that exists within everything, a way to allow oneself to open up and to start to have a conversation with the cosmos. Welcome in. We're going to begin with a collective reading for everybody, and then we'll do random number based readings or general readings, or if you donate to my Cash App or Venmo, you can ask a question and we'll secure yourself a space. $5, that's it. 2 cards and a root. You get a feel for how I read based on this reading here, and then we'll keep flowing. And if you're just here, say what's up. Where are you coming from? What are you grateful for today? We'll see how we're doing in there. And then when I pose open for the random number generator readings, I'll ask you to guess a number between a cap of numbers that I choose, and whoever gets chosen will get their reading. Welcome, Kentucky. Welcome, Arkansas. What's up, Zach? Greetings, y'all. Shouts out, everybody. Thank you for being here today. Without further ado, we're going to be playing with the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. New Zealand, Canada, Montana, Vegas. Shouts out, everybody. Welcome in. Greetings. This is one of the more traditional decks when it comes to tarot. This is the deck that was found around the early 15th century, the 1400s, and this was when tarot started to become a more mystical approach to divination. Anybody can read tarot if they feel so called to, if it feels right in your heart. We'll shuffle these cards. We'll clear the energy. Before that, we'll thank the cards for conveying truth, honestly, communicating openly, for speaking what feels called to be shared, and for allowing ourselves to step out of the way so that we may be an open cosmic conduit to share whatever it feels called to move through thee, and to communicate any truth that you are ready to receive. Honestly, openly, in harmony with the truth. This evening we're going to be doing a style of reading that I very much enjoy, where I pull 2 cards, flip the deck upside down and show off the root. 2 cards in a root, showing how the cards are tied together. Can you hear me okay, by the way? Let me know. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for the follow, Tanya. Shouts out from Charlotte. If you need me to speak up, let me know. If you need me to talk down, let me know. Can you hear the music playing in the background? Big Town, shouts out. Audio is great. Good to hear it. Perfect. Lighting okay? Do I look cute? I know my hair's kind of messy, but it is what it is. Just being silly. Shouts out to everybody in here. It's a nice mellow Tuesday. Hope you guys are feeling all sorts of okay. May you be finding peace within every breath. You're so sweet. Thank you, Kat. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Hey, you guys are so sweet. I love all your compliments. I send them back to I receive and I reciprocate wholeheartedly. Shuffle these cards once more. Shouts out from Alaska. I'm recovering very well. Thank you for asking. Every single day. Shouts out, Stevie. How you doing, cuz? Thank you for asking. Yeah, every day I'm increasing the mobility and the strength in my leg. It's like learning how to walk again. I feel like a baby after breaking my left leg and all sorts of bones on the left side of my body. And I wouldn't be in this space if it wasn't for the amazing assistance I've been receiving, that I was receiving from the hospital. I was in rehab facility for a while, inpatient, healing from all the surgery that I received from the motorcycle accident. Are you going to be coming home anytime soon? I'm actually in Ohio right now, cuz everywhere I go is home. Anywhere your heart is home. You're sweet. But yeah, I'm in Ohio right now, and I've been meaning to reach out, so I'll be here, I think, until the end of the year, so we'll definitely link up, cuz. And I'll text you. Thank you. Yeah, my recovery is going remarkably. I'm healing much more expediently than the doctors predicted. That's because I'm very in tune with my vessel and my body. I'm very grateful for this. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'll totally see you. I'll come say what's up before going back to California. No worries, cuz. Absolutely. I miss you too. I'll come see the whole family. Been meaning to reach out to you. Just been taking my time grounding back. It's a lot of energy going from one state to another. Yeah, okay, but now we're in the soul state of mind, you know what I'm saying? If anything, this healing journey, how do you get so in tune with your vessel? There's many practices. I think asana, yoga, movement, postures, yoga postures, asana is one of the first forms that really brought me into body. That modality of simply stretching and taking my time has allowed me to ground in my vessel so deeply, and then becoming more in tune about what I'm consuming has also allowed me to develop a deeper relationship with my human. I live in San Diego. I'm in California, Southern California. Yeah, we'll see how much longer. I'm gonna build a nest there, but I feel called to explore. All right, one more shuffle, and then we'll get to it. We got 2 cards and a root. I'm gonna let these cards that fell out hang out, and then we'll keep going from here. Santa Cruz is the shit. I don't understand how to interpret my vessel signs. It takes time. Your body speaks a language. Every single second of every single day, your body is communicating. Wow, we got a lot of I believe this is fire, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, give me 1 second. I usually don't do this, but I'm trying to remember the elements of the tarot cards and like how they associate. And if I'm not mistaken, Wands is fire. Yeah, Wands is fire. Yeah, we got a lot of fire in this reading for the collective overall. We pulled 2 Wands in reverse. We got the King of Wands. We got the 6 of Wands for the drawing. King of Wands. 6 of Wands. Cups is water. Water is emotion. Fire is creation. It also can be associated with logic, but air can also be associated with logic. So fire is the primordial sparks and energy, the chi, the life force energy moving through everything. That's what I typically associate fire with, as well as the imagination. Thanks for the follow, by the way. Shout out to you. So we got the King of Wands, we got the Six of Wands in the draw in reverse. We got the Hermit in the root upright. We have the Sun, which is one of the cards that fell out in reverse. This is what she looks like upright. Typically when I get a card in reverse, I see it as something that you're being called to integrate into your person, something that you're being inspired to delve deeper into, to look further within. Or maybe it's coming from someone else, yes, upside down. Maybe it's coming from another person, something outside of you. Or maybe it's in the near future, coming right around the corner. And for this reading specifically, I feel like this is a calling for you to step into your power, your individuality, your personal fire, that which makes you feel alive. That's where we're going with this. And I'll tell you how I got to that conclusion in a second. Thanks for those. We got the 10 of Wands. We got the 7 of Wands also in the random draw, the cards that fill out. So since we got 4 cards in Wands, and then we got 2 major trumps, the Hermit and the Sun, it's a lot of fire there. You're being called to listen to that flame within you. What inspires passion? What inspires joy? What inspires vigor? What inspires vitality? What makes you feel alive? That's where I'm getting with this. The Hermit card is asking you to turn in, connecting to your internal self, your sense of self that kind of looks over you. You know, some people might say your higher self, your soul, your greater sense of self, your best self, living your best life. That Hermit is the one who needs to take time from everybody else and everything else in the experience, tuning back into your individual personal experience so that you can come to clarity of what it is that you came here to do as an individual. It might be similar to your next person, but at the end of the day, it's because you are a unique individual. And you're reminded to step into this because maybe it's been feeling like you have to carry a lot of weight. The reading as of now is for the general collective, so anybody can relate to this. So since this card fell out and this card fell out, you see the 7 of Wands seems like he's on top of a hill, but he's now having to defend all of the hard work that he's accomplished. And the 10 of Wands shows that he's still walking with it. It's going to take effort. It's going to take time and energy to culminate and cultivate the life that you wish to live. But as long as you stay in tune to your fire and you listen to that, shine your light like the sun that you are. You are a sun. You're made out of star stuff, like Neil deGrasse Tyson says, right? We're all suns. Like we're all shaped like stars. The sun is a star. It's our main star in our solar system. It's the closest star to the planet Earth. And this card is in reverse because you're being called to shine your light, to keep up all the good work that you are doing, but also remembering that you already got it. You are royal. You're on a throne. And when you tune into your personal fire, you can channel your royalty, that aspect of yourself that is beyond any form of judgment or any form of difficulty, that part of yourself that is just safe in the castle on the throne. And then the 6 of Wands shows this as well, with you being here almost celebratory, like walking in a parade after you're celebrating after all the hard work. So once you sit up here on your throne, you can also continue to move forward. You can get a reading by donating to me, Gavin Zen, Cash App, Venmo, just $5. Right now we're doing a general reading for the collective. After this, we'll start building a queue, and then if no one queues, then we'll do random number generators and do free readings based on fate. Whoever gets the random number first will get the reading. Or if you want to ask a question and you want to secure yourself a space, you can just drop a donation, Gavin Zen, Cash App, Venmo, GAVINZEN, just $5, and we'll go to town. But for the collective, you're being called to turn in, especially now that we're moving into winter season in the Northern Hemisphere. Wait, what was the Cash App, doggo? More sparking. No worries, Victoria. Cash App is Gavin, G-A-V-I-N-Z-E-N, Gavin Zen. I'm about to send a text message on my other phone so you guys can see it in the comments, and that'll be pinned up there. For you, collective, everybody can relate to this. Step into your power. No more holding back. No more fear. No more excuses. Let go. Shouts out to you, user. Thank you for typing that in there and throwing it in there. I appreciate it. Got 2 phones, you know. Gotta do what you gotta do. We're over here. I'm a businessman. So channel your internal fire. Listen to that which makes you feel alive and bring that into your life. Whatever inspires you, whatever invigorates you, whatever makes you enthusiastic, keep doing that. And if it means taking time for yourself and kind of stopping and entertaining the people, programs, patterns that are not in alignment with your internal truth, your fire, that which makes you alive, give yourself space from it, and that's okay. And when you allow yourself that space is when you'll really be able to shine your light, and it's when you'll really be able to sit back on your throne and just be able to parade yourself through the city. Give it up. You got this. And with that, I'm going to drop this comment real quick so that y'all can see the Cash App and Venmo, and then we'll be moving forward with random number generators, or if someone sends a donation, then we will go right to it. Let me just text this real quick. Looks like I think we got our first donation. Yeah, Victoria. Shouts out to Victoria. I just got you. And yeah, we're going to go first. I'm just going to type this real quick so you guys can see it. And yeah, we'll keep moving with it. Boom, boom. Let me just text this real quick on my backup account. This is so funny. I'm like looking at myself on here. Cool. All right, so we got Victoria and we got Andrew. Both you are in line on cue. And yeah, this is happening real time. I'm going to just write your names down so I can keep track. And Elizabeth, you're in here. So we got Victoria, we got Andrew, and we got Elizabeth. I gotta, this is like playing in the background. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but that's pretty funny because I got the live stream on this one because I'm like my own moderator. Speaking of which, if I need a moderator, I might be open to that. But so yeah, we got Victoria, we got Andrew, and we got Elizabeth. And if anybody else wants to jump in, you're more than welcome. I also accept crypto donations. I also have a Zelle and PayPal. Those can be found in the link in my bio. But typically, I just play with Cash App and Venmo because it's a little easiest. But yeah, so we'll be playing with these cards today. And Victoria, let me know. Do you want a general reading or do you have a question? And I'm so grateful that spoke to you. I'm so grateful. Victoria, you are up, my love. Do you have a question for me? Or do you just want me to do a general reading for you? We're going to do 2 cards in a root, just as we have been. And if you want to jump in the queue, you can drop a donation. Gavin Zen, G-A-V-I-N-Z-E-N. Victoria, are you still here? I'm not seeing any comments. Welcome everybody just joining. Bum, 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 bum. And, yeah, let's see. I need guidance in my love life. All right, we got you, girl. So it's okay. You don't have no need to be sorry. Everything happens in perfect timing. I appreciate your response. So Victoria would love some clarity regarding her love interests in life in general. So Andrew and Elizabeth and anybody else who wants to jump into the queue, go ahead and essentially ponder your question so that's ready to go. And we're gonna go right ahead with our friend Victoria. And thanks, Velvet Moon. Nice name. Alicia, could I please have a reading? If you want to secure yourself a reading, you can drop me a donation on Cash App or Venmo. $5. That's it. Gavin Zen. There's one involved. And there's one I'm down to and don't know what. All right, cool. So Victoria wants some clarity. She's playing the field right now. Could use a little guidance regarding her connection and romance and where she should be placing her energy. These cards let us see. Let us see. Please be clear in your communication and provide Victoria with some guidance that is in tune with her heart space, that is honest, and that is what you wish to communicate here today. I'm going to keep this card that fell out extra, and then we'll draw 2 and we'll pull the root. We'll clear the deck first. and then we'll go for it. Cool. In the draw, we got the Page of Swords, and we got the Two of Swords in reverse. Page of Swords is here. There's one I'm in love with, and there's one I'm drawn to but don't know why. Oh, there's one you're involved with. Cool. And then we got the Two of Swords here in reverse. And you got the Page of Swords here. Right side up. And then you have the Six of Swords in the root, the card that's tying everything together. And we have the Four of Pentacles, the card that fell out of the deck, on the side. So swords, the suit of swords is air. Air is all about communication, intelligence, wisdom, relatability. We can get a reading by dropping a donation to Gavin Zen, Gavinzen, Cash App, Venmo. Otherwise, you can leave it up to fate, and we'll do random number generators once the queue has completed. But for Victoria right now, we're doing a read-in. And what I'm getting with this is that the cards are basically saying that you have a choice. Like, you are moving in one direction or the other. Whether it be in the direction of a successful romance, the Page of Swords up there with the sword in hand, obviously they're just like letting the wind blow through the hair, and just on the mountains underneath the sun. Another relationship potentially might feel like conflict, like you feel like you'll have swords that you'll be fighting, and that this is in reverse. I'm getting the experience that this is coming from another energy, so that one of the relationships, even though it might be very passionate, you might feel a lot of contention, you might feel a lot of confusion, you might feel a lot of dissonance there. You might feel like you have to fight almost. You might feel like you are bound as well. And so perhaps you can already know which choice, which man you're involved with, which being you're involved with, which makes you feel that way. And then maybe one choice is for you to go inward as well and just say, you know, maybe I don't even need to connect with another person at this point in time. Maybe I just need to focus on myself and hold on to those things that are close and near and dear to my heart, and then just focus on that and go double inward. But knowing that you are moving and that you have the choice to choose, and based on who you choose to interact with, especially intimately and on deeper levels, will really determine the next steps in your process. So I'm not going to give you an answer, but I want you to sit with this, and based on what I'm saying will inspire that feeling. So when you see this card, do you instantaneously think of one of your potential suitors? That's up to you. You don't have to answer that question, but is there someone that makes you feel successful? Just like instantaneously you're like, wow, like, yeah, I feel like I'd be up in the breeze in the clouds with that person. And is there another person where you feel like, wow, I feel like it might feel a little conflict there. It might feel a little like I can't completely be myself, like I can't be open and entirely honest, like I have to like hold back a little bit, or I feel like I'm not able to entirely see the entire situation. Or are you just like, whatever, I'm done dating, I just need to focus on myself right now. Know that you have options and you have the choice. It is your life after all, Victoria. Don't let anyone else tell you. It doesn't matter what these people's emotions are. What matters is how you feel. Of course, it doesn't mean to be reckless and not be considerate of other people's emotions, though at the same time, you gotta take care of yourself first, and you gotta listen to your heart and listen to your intuition, and that's gonna guide you in the direction that you need to move. But you're on the precipice. Yes. Yes. Everything is a grain of salt. Everybody can benefit from this. Cool. Gotcha, Victoria. I think that was pretty clear in what wanted to be shared, and that was about it. So we are continuing forward with our queue. So we have Andrew, we have Elizabeth next. After Elizabeth, we have Meg, and after Meg, we have Clinton. So stick around, we'll keep moving with it. Victoria is complete. Then we have Meg and Clinton. Andrew, you still here, bub? Andrew, you still here? Do you have a specific question? And I appreciate your compliment. I'll take that as a compliment. Peculiar. I love being masculine. I love being feminine. I'm so grateful that I can be both. We're here balanced in the middle. What's up, my dude? Greetings, greetings, greetings. Andrew, you here? Do you have any questions, my guy? Yes, sir. I had a loss in July and I can't move on. What should I do? What should you do? What should you do? Let's see what the cards say, my guy. I love the tarot deck. It's so intuitive. It's so wise. It seems to just know exactly what is being communicated to it and wants to move through it. So please, cards, show us some solace. Show us some guidance. Show us some understanding and knowing to help our homie over here realize what is the steps next in their journey. Where should they be moving, and how can they process this loss from July? We'll shuffle the deck a little bit. And if you'd like to get a reading, I'll go ahead and drop that comment right before I do this, or right after I draw the cards. Yeah, that way I'm not going to just put the cards down and then put the money, put the donation comment in and then stop it. No, I'll draw the cards first. For our friend Andrew, moving forward and in tune. We got this, my dudes. Thank you for those roses, by the way. Love flowers. Shouts out to everybody in here on a easygoing Tuesday evening, Tarot Tuesday, wherever you may be in the world. I'm wishing you peace, wishing you ease, and wishing you the remembrance to breathe. Miss B, thank you for the flower. I really appreciate it dearly. I love roses. For our friend Andrew, one more shuffle. One more splitting of the cards. Well, I guess 3 more. That's how I like to do it. We'll split the deck. We'll clear the energy. Then we'll draw 2 cards and we'll flip them upside down for the root. And while we look at these, I'm going to just comment this really quickly. So anybody else just joining and wants to get a reading, you can jump in queue and you can drop a donation. I appreciate you saying that, by the way, reminding me to take my time. Sometimes I like to flow rapidly and I gotta remind myself to slow it down for a second. So I appreciate you saying that. Still learning how to just honor the pace of everybody. One sec. There we go. Gavin Zen, Cash App, download, Cash App, Venmo, GAVIN, ZEN. Those who wish to jump in, who wish to drop a donation, want to get in queue, it is on there. And I just commented, hopefully it went through for you. I'm not seeing it on this screen, but I saw it on this one, so. Yeah. All right, Andrew. We'll keep moving forward with you. 2 cards and a root. In this drawing we have first the Hierophant in reverse. You can make a donation at my Cash App or Venmo, Gavin's, and with a V. GAVINZEN. One word, lowercase, Cash App, Venmo. Here's the Hierophant, upside down for you, Andrew. This is what she looks like right side up. The next card that we got in the drawing is the 5 of Pentacles, right side up. And then we got the King of Pentacles in the root. Pentacles is earth. The King of Pentacles is here. The King of Pentacles is, if I'm not mistaken, the fire within the earth. I might be mistaken. It might be the earth of the earth, but I'm pretty sure the Queen of Pentacles is the earth of the earth. And the King of Pentacles is much more about transforming your imagination into groundedness. So yeah, the 5 of Cups clearly says that you are grieving, you're healing. Andrew, you're in a state of releasing and sitting with whatever it is that is rising. You've experienced and an intense year so far, and someone who you greatly care about is no longer in that same role that they were before. You said that you've experienced a great loss, and you can see the 5 here represents that. And just know that it's okay to grieve. It's okay to sit in the space of being sad. As horrible as it may be, you gotta allow yourself that time and that space to do so, because you deserve it, because you won't be able to clear it otherwise. You gotta feel it to heal it, as they say. And so maybe it's time for you to realize that you've felt it enough. And I think that's why you're reaching out for today's reading, asking for guidance and clarity as to where you should be moving. And so I think the Hierophant is reminding you this, that there are patterns and practices that will assist you in your endeavors. The Hierophant is in reverse because I feel like you're being called to integrate this energy into your life. The Hierophant is, as you see in the photo, representative of a medium. For example, like an individual who is the bridge between the heavens and the world. And remembering now that we all have the ability to be mediums. We all have the ability to develop a relationship with the divine, and that there are many patterns, programs, and practices, modalities that allow you to bring yourself closer to it, whatever it is that is divine, whatever it is that is beyond definition, that which is sanctiful and sacred and in tune with your heart space. And so the Hierophant here is reminding you that it takes process, it takes action, it takes consistency, the Hierophant is someone who has got this shit grounded. They know what works for them, and you're being called to find out what it is that works for you, that makes you feel alive, so that you can integrate this pain that you've been feeling in a way that is much more productive and potentially inspiring. You can alchemize this hurt, this pain, into something that is inspiring, and you have the potential within you. And knowing that you really didn't even lose anything. The King of Pentacles reminding you that you already still have it. And this individual that you've quote unquote lost, whether they have transitioned to the next life or your relationship has just completely ended, whatever that means, you didn't lose anything as long as you're learning from it. As long as you're learning from it, then you can sit back on your throne and just be with it. As much as it feels heavy in your heart, don't forget you're stronger than you realize. And it's very important for you to feel this so that you can integrate it in a healthier fashion, and you can move forward with your life, and you can learn the lessons from this experience that you're meant to do so. Because ultimately, as long as we're learning, then we're moving forward. Pirate Zen, Dad. Pirate Zen. Yeah, that's my take, Andrew. Allow yourself that space to grieve, but also figure out what it is that you want to call into your life that's going to help you dive deeper into spirit, that's going to help you feel more alive, more realized, more peace within your being. I could read you, Louise, and if you want us to make sure right now we have a queue, so if you want to make sure you get a reading, you can drop me a donation at Gavin Zen, Gavin, Cash App, Venmo, and we'll make sure that you get a reading, but we're not going to skip the queue because the people have already donated. So, Andrew, I think this is about it. Remember that you didn't lose anything. You didn't lose anything. You still got it. It's all right here. It's all right here. Stay with it. And call it into your space and ground it. Nothing more than a reflection of you, Chevy. Thanks, Deb. Andrew, let me know what you think about that. If it resonates or if it doesn't, I'm open. I'm willing to receive whatever feedback you may have, my friend. And with that, we're going to keep flowing, and we're going to go to Elizabeth. Elizabeth, are you still around, Ton? If you are, do you have any questions? Let me know. I appreciate those paper planes, my guy. Elizabeth here. I am extremely overwhelmed with life. Would love a general reading? Gotcha, my dude. General reading for our friend Elizabeth here. 2 cards in a row. Let me just make sure that no one else donated, and I'm just going to drop that comment real quick, and then we'll do you a general reading, my dude. Excuse me. Also, shouts out 1111 for all y'all on the East Coast, Midwest time. We are out here. We are out here. Let's see. Who's the one that actually donated? It says I got 2 Elizabeths. Oh, I see. We got a couple Elizabeths in here. Let's see. I believe the one who commented first. I think you did, yeah. Elizabeth wins 3. Yeah, you're first. Elizabeth wins 3, you're first, and then the other Elizabeth H, you are up in a couple. So yeah, we got Elizabeth B, you are up, my B, and then we will keep flowing. So yeah, after Elizabeth, we have Meg, we have Clinton, and then we have another Elizabeth, who is Beth. Alright, let's keep it winning, Elizabeth. Elizabeth wins 3. Cool name. We'll keep flowing. Greetings, everybody. Greetings. Hola, señora. Señorita. How are you doing? ¿Cómo está? Do you remember Lumeria, Egypt? I remember you. I'm remembering. I lost most of my memories. In order to choose this body, I had to release all of my memories, and so a big part of my lifetime is learning how to release and tune back into the spirit, because I was in Lemuria, that's for sure. Now I'll potentially be open to talking to you and seeing what you remember, because I was in both of those places and I could love some reference. Miss Peculiar Empress, you. Thank you for answering that question, by the way, Victoria. I appreciate you. Shouts out to Medusa. Can I volunteer to be a moderator? Yeah, actually, that'd be tight. Maybe next week. We'll see how it flows, but unless you want to be it right now, we'll be performing some magic. We are performing magic right now, this very instant. I think that tarot is a form of magic. I believe that we are producing magic every time we choose to communicate. I can read you, but we're having a queue right now, and we got a couple people ahead of you, so if you want to jump in line, you can drop a donation, Gavin Zen, Cash App, Venmo, and Victoria, yeah, let me make you moderator real quick. And then we'll be going forward with our friend Elizabeth and assist her in her win. Let's see. Cool. Got you, fam. I just added you as moderator. Appreciate you. Thank you for volunteering. If you want to drop the comment occasionally, if anybody, gets up in here and spews some hatred, you're more than welcome to jump kick them out, or jump in there, kick them out. Yes, I remember. Dragons will also assist. Ask them to show you. Wow. You're speaking right to my soul, peculiar interest. Peculiar empress with peculiar interests. You're speaking right to my soul. Thank you for this guidance, for your offering of I guess you could call it a suggestion, your recommendation, thank you for simply communicating that truth. Thank you for the follow, Rain Bear, and shouts out to all y'all for being here. Wishing you a lovely Tuesday, wherever you may be, and yes, I'll definitely be talking to my dragon buddies and having them walk me through the halls of Amenti so we can go look for our Akashic records, because it's about time. They've been speaking to me and you're just hitting it right on the head, so here we are. We'll keep reading tarot cards in a root for our friend Elizabeth. What does she need to see? Let us know, cards. Two cards and a root. We got the sun in reverse. I love you too. We love you so dearly. What a joy it is to be able to reflect with our fellow mirrors here in this space. What a time to be alive. What a trip it is. I see you. It's so good to be seen. And for you, our friend Elizabeth, we have the sun in reverse. Here's what she looks like upright. Thank you for the flowers, by the way. Appreciate y'all. Jeff out here, he's like, the sun speaking right to my soul. Get it? Pun intended. Got the Page of Cups right here as well for you, Elizabeth. Look at this guy. What do you see when you feel it? What do you feel when you see this guy? I like your name, by the way. I love the ring, and I was called Bear growing up, so it fits. We got the Ace of Wands and the root for you, Elizabeth. You're sweet. I appreciate your compliment. Abajo. Shouts out to y'all for being here today. What are you grateful for? Where are you coming from? For our friend Elizabeth, we got these 2 cards in the root. Ace of Wands, the Sun in the draw, and the Page in the draw as well. Ace of Wands in the root. You may not unless you jump in line, but right now we got a cue, my friend, so we're gonna keep moving forward. Beautiful. Shouts out. Congrats to you. Thank you. It's from my friend's coffee shop. I love this shop. I love this shirt. Elizabeth, what we're being called for you to do, the cards want me to share with you, is your emotions will lead you to where it is for you to move next. You had a lot going on, you've said, and you would like some clarity, you would like maybe a little bit of direction, and your feelings within will point you in that direction. And communicating and listening to and being wise and seeing these feelings from a logical space and keeping them in balance will make you all the better. The Ace of Wands being the Ace of Air. The Ace of Fire, the imagination, but that fire in your heart. Coming back to it, she's making a presence today. I got her confused with the Ace of Swords. I wanted to read her as the Ace of Swords, but it's very similarly. The Ace of Swords would be communicating it. Ace of Wands would be feeling it, imagining it, and like letting it move through you. Like, how does it feel in your body? What ignites that fire and that spark within your heart? That's the Ace of Wands. And the Page of Cups, when you have that feeling on lock, when you have that feeling in tune, when you can recognize that within yourself and you can carry it around, you can move forward with it, and you can carry your life out from that space, is the Page of Cups. The cups being water being emotion, how you feel, encouraging you to feel alive and feel that fire, what makes you feel magic, what makes you feel the magic of life. Because life is magical. Every single instant we are practicing magic, at least when we're speaking, because these words are spells. And so how are you speaking to yourself? But more so, how are you feeling into what's being spoken? And how do you feel when things are being spoken to you? And how do you feel when you speak about the things that you speak about? Make sure that you're only speaking about things that feel that fire within your heart. This way you're shining your authentic self. You're not just saying things to satisfy other people, and you're not just saying things to people please, but more so you're listening to your feelings and you're speaking on it honestly. And this is how you will shine your light like the sun that you are. And you can integrate this card into a space where it flips upright. Let me get this, babe. Drop there, which might even just prove it a little bit more. Excuse me, just careless, man. So as you begin to channel your internal fire and you feel into that and you carry that feeling around, you'll be able to shine your light authentically, honestly, openly, transparently, dearly. And this is what you came here to do. LOL me when I do tarot, dropping everything honestly. Gravity loves to play. So yes. Perfect. Yes, I think this is about it, Elizabeth. Listen to that, what makes you feel alive. And I know that's kind of been like the theme of the evening, but it seems that this is what the card really wants people to realize. I'm grateful for you and this reading. I'm grateful that you feel grateful. Yeah, cheers. Welcome, Rel Rocks, by the way. So glad that you're here. And yeah, I'm glad that you enjoyed this, Elizabeth. We're going to keep flowing forward. I just wish you the utmost courage and confidence as you integrate your fire and embody it and know that you don't have to hold back anymore. Yeah. Meg, are you still here? You've been hella patient. I appreciate it. We got Meg, we got Clinton, and then we got Elizabeth H. If you're still here, shouts out. Say what's up. Drop a comment. Meg, if you're still here, let me know. Is there a question? Is there, do you want a general reading? Is there anything that is on your heart that you want to know? Let me know. Thanks for the follow, by the way. I appreciate you. Shouts out everybody just jumping in. I'm going to drop another comment in here just so you guys can see what my donation is. I'm going to see the list, see if anybody else donated. And otherwise, Meg, are you still here? Let me know, my hon. Boom, 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 boom. Madonna, you are being added to our list. And we'll keep flowing with it. We'll keep flowing with it. Meg, are you here? Perfect. Are you Madonna? Rel? Or Medusa? No, Madonna is Medusa. Fire. Rel, if you'd like to jump in queue, you can drop a donation, Cash App, Venmo to my Cash App or Venmo, Gavin Zen, Gavin, one word lowercase. I'm gonna just drop that in here real quick. And yeah, we'll keep flowing with it. Will I not? Well, I see you. Yeah, I see you. We'll keep flowing, Medusa. Okay, it looks like Meg is not in here any longer, so I will go ahead and move forward. Clinton, are you still here? Clinton, are you still here? Elizabeth H, are you still here? Shouts out, y'all. I will do both your readings, and I'll do a live stream. This will be recorded and back on my YouTube channel. However, we'll move you to the bottom of the queue so that those who are here in the chat can get their reading while they're here. And if you jumped out because it wasn't timing for you, that's okay. So we got Meg, we got Clinton, we got Elizabeth H. Elizabeth H, you are still here. I think it might be you next, because otherwise, Clinton and Meg, I have not seen any comments from y'all. I will still do your readings gladly, but I would just, I feel it's nice to have whoever's here in the chat still to be able to receive. So we'll keep flowing and we'll move as expediently as we can. I obviously like to take my time. I don't want to rush these. But yes, I'm here. This is Clinton. Could I have a general reading? Yes, okay, shouts out. I'm happy that you're here. I remember you from last week. Thanks for jumping back in. So Beth, you will be after Clinton, and you'll get a general reading too. If Meg isn't here, shouts out. Otherwise, we'll do your reading later. But we're going to go for Clinton, we're going to go for Beth, we're going to do Medusa. Beautiful. Okay, let me shuffle these cards. General reading for our dude Clinton. And we're going to let this one sit, because it wanted to play. 2 cards in a row. If you would like to jump in Q-Riz, you can drop a donation. Gavin Zen, Gavin Zen, one word lowercase. And we'll keep flowing with it. Hi. What's up, Simulated Spirit? How you feeling? Could this be in regards of connecting my past life into my current life? Alright, you want some more clarity? Do you have a favorite tarot oracle deck? Yes, I do. I'm not playing with it right now because it's a deck that I think is a little bit more in-depth, and if I'm going to do paid readings or readings for other people, I prefer to do that in a one-on-one setting. But my favorite deck right now is the Zen Osho Tarot deck. I can go get it once we get Clinton's reading going, but Clinton wants to know what's going on between past life and the life now, and how are they related, and how can one integrate both healthily into this present now. Let's split the deck and draw 2 cards for Clinton. So, in the draw, we have the Hierophant in reverse, making another appearance today, reminding us all that it's so important to maintain consistency and find the practices that allow us to continue to move. I love the art in the Osho deck. It's stunning, seriously. If you'd like a relationship reading, you can drop me a donation at Gavin Zen, Venmo, Cash App, Gavinzen. In the second draw, we have the 7 of Cups in reverse. This is what she looks like, right side up. And this is what she looks like down. The Hierophant is also upside down. That's what you look like right side up. And the root is the 10 of Cups, right side up. How do you feel looking at these cards? What is inspired within you? What I'm getting for this, my dude, Clinton, and specifically regarding the balance of past life and future life. Yeah, I just burped. You got a problem? Thanks for calling me out. Clinton, if you'd like to integrate your past life and your now life in harmony and learning how to embody the qualities and the characteristics that will move you in tune, the Hierophant is the card for you, because this card reminds us that we can create practical practices that will allow us to integrate the magic in our life, so that you may ground the magic and embody it so it becomes an active part of your process. So I don't know if you're speaking about past lives as in like an actual past life, like before you existed within this body, or if you mean past life like you just 10 years ago, because we live multiple lives in one lifetime, and you were not the same person as you are now that you were 10 years ago. So that's funny. I'm nothing more than a reflection of you. Thank you, Miss Minaj, by the way. We all have the divine within us. And yes, that is a very strong aspect that I like to cultivate within myself. Clinton, if you wish to cultivate the divinity within you and harmonize your past life and your now life, then it's time for you to find the practices that you can do on a consistent daily basis. No way. What's up, Chrissy? Shouts out. I love this. TikTok is awesome. Like, it's been bringing people from my life into my live streams lately, and it's wonderful how it all works. So, yeah, are you gonna be at the 5-year anniversary on Saturday? If not, if you will, I'll see you there. I'm in town, so legit. Otherwise, just wishing you well. Regardless, for all of y'all jumping in here from TikTok world, if you're seeing that, you know, you're also welcome to come get a drink. I'm not really concerned. I'm not on that level. So for our homie Clinton, so small, it's amazing, small world. Clinton, for these 7 of Cups here, we're from right now, this present moment. Your fit is a vibe, by the way. I appreciate you. So Clinton, what makes you feel alive? What from your past life and from now, whether it be your past life, you know, in this lifetime 10 years ago, or it's your past life like actual lifetimes ago, when you sit in that space, what made you feel alive? What spoke to your heart? What made it so easy for you to be free to express yourself? Can you bring that back into your life now from a healthy perspective? Like, what is in your life right now that makes you feel alive, that makes you feel excited, that makes you feel invigorated? And if you don't know, that's okay. But you can take your time to step into that space to begin to like figure it out. Like, wow, what makes me feel alive? You're allowed to do that, you know? You're welcome, you're encouraged to do so. And when you figure that out, you'll realize that everything is already here for you. Like all of your stuff from your past, all of your stuff from your future. Yep, right away, we got this. All of your stuff from all of your future, it's all stored away for you. Like you're ready to receive what it is that you want to receive, and you're ready to release what it is that you're ready to release. When you release that what you're ready to release, then you can step into the celebration that is the 10 of Cups and the root. And it begins with you finding those practices that speak to your heart, that allow you to remember that magic is real. And how can that appear in your life, and how does that unfold for you as an individual who is a unique expression of divinity? And how can you sit in that space in harmony with the entirety of the collective, the whole world? Nothing can get in your way, you are to care what they say. You're the only thing in your way. Alright, got you, Clinton. Let me know how that resonates. What do you think about that? I struggle a lot with mental health. Will it get better? It always gets better. It always gets better. Will you go to the Christmas concert with me? You're so sweet. What concert? What part of town? Oh my, yeah, you're speaking to me. This is all making so much sense and is confirming to the heart. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that real quick, if that's okay. There. Okay, we're still here, but it didn't screenshot. It is what it is. Anyway, I'm so glad that spoke to you, and I'll screenshot it on the recording. We're gonna keep moving, and after Clinton, we have Elizabeth H. You still here, hun? Gianna, you can get a reading if you'd like to jump in queue, which we have a queue right now. You can drop a donation to my Cash App or Venmo, $5. Yes, Victoria, thank you so much for saying that. Would you mind dropping my username for Cash App and Venmo in there? GAVINZEN, all one word, all lowercase. And once I get that $5, I'll add you to the list. Otherwise, we'll jump back into random number generators. Elizabeth, what's up, my dude? Thank you, Victoria. Elizabeth, yeah, you wanted a general reading, right? We got you. 2 cards in a row. By the way, Clinton, I forgot. 6 of Pentacles was pulled up. Fell out while we were doing the reading. And this shows just even further amplifying that, like, yes, as you begin to release, you'll be able to share and you'll be able to give back and you'll be able to be generous and you'll be able to assist those who need of your assistance. Yes, Cash App or Venmo, both work. Both work, Miss Minaj. So keep doing your thing, Clinton. Listen to your heart and let it guide you. Have faith. Trust it. It's a challenge. It's so much easier said than done, but it's important. And it's really what it's all about. Elizabeth H. would like a general reading. Elizabeth H. would like a general reading. I'm going to go 2 cards and a root. For you, my dude. Cards, what would we like to say? Share with our friend Elizabeth here today. Thank you, Peculiar Temptress. We'll add you on the list. Get you a reading as well. Appreciate you, La Oyster. Let's go. Let's go. Thanks for everybody for being here today. Thanks for jumping in and listening. I'm still very new to tarot, and it's something I thoroughly enjoy doing. So as long as there's a demand for it, we'll keep coming back. And yeah, you can catch the live stream recording on my YouTube channel, which is in my bio. So there we go. Same donation amount for all readings. Yeah, we're just doing 2 cards and a root. $5. That's it. Shouts out. Teamwork makes the dream work. Couldn't be doing this without y'all. So we can all sit in gratitude together. Thank you for that follow, Zach. I appreciate you. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the flowers. Thank you for your presence. Yeah. And for our friend Elizabeth. A couple more shuffles. Two cards and a root. We got the 10 of Wands upside down in the first draw. I appreciate you, Million Dreams, Clinton. Thank you for that compliment. I do what I can. I'm just allow it to move through me, you know? We're learning. We're getting better every week. We got a 10 of Wands for you, Elizabeth. Reverse. We got the 8 of Wands as well. Right side up. Both in the draw. We have the 3 of Cups in the root. Right side up as well. What I'm getting from this, Elizabeth, is that you are on your way, if not already, in a state of celebration. Not just the fact that there's like a holiday this week and, you know, in the season of the holidays, but in life in general. You've reached a point where you're like kind of worked your way through all the struggle, the difficulty. You might feel like you need some clarity. And so what these cards are saying is keep celebrating. Allow yourself to celebrate and stay grounded. Because when you're grounded and when you're in a space of celebration, you can be vulnerable. And so you got to defend that what it is. The 8 of Wands being a card of defense, a card of like holding on to that which is good. Not like, I need to hold on to this, otherwise I don't know who I am without it. Like not an unhealthy attachment, but a healthy attachment in defending that what it is that you wish to keep celebrating, that what you wish to keep cheering about, that what you wish to keep sharing in space with your friends and family. And maybe you're on your way to this, maybe you're in the space of doing this, but what I'm getting from the 10 of Wands in reverse is that someone outside of you, and a reflection within your life of another individual, whether it be a friend, family member, coworker, they're going to be bringing some weight. They're going to be asking for help. They're going to be trying to bring you down subconsciously. Maybe not consciously. Maybe they're not like mean-hearted and they like don't like to see you celebrate and they want, no, not like that. But they see you doing well and so they're like, oh, this person's doing well. Like I could ask for them for help. And it's up for you to be balanced in that scenario. when this person brings you all this shit that they're carrying, it's up to you to decide how you move forward from there. Appreciate you, Fontaine. Thank you. I hope you're having a lovely day as well. So when someone brings you all the shit that they're carrying, you can choose to receive it or to not. You can choose to hold on to it or to not. You can choose to not allow it to affect your space. Even if you decide to help them and assist them wherever you are, you can still choose to have boundaries and to have a healthy knowing when to say no so that you can keep celebrating. Because when we celebrate is when we step into a timeless space. It's when we come outside of past and present and future, and we're just here. We don't have a long list. We have, I think, about 3 more people. We'll see. I'll let you know in just a second, my friend. This is not the Golden Dawn deck. This is the Arthur Edward Waite Smith deck. This is one of the more traditional decks. I have the Golden Dawn, otherwise known as the Emerald Tablets, otherwise known as the Aleister Crowley deck, and I love that deck, but I don't do readings with it right now regarding other individuals. I typically just play with that deck by myself because it's a very in-depth deck, and that's me practicing my own spirituality, and I don't feel called to share it with the world just yet. Maybe one day we'll do that, but for now we'll just play with these ones. These are a great introductory deck. I'm glad you found that exciting, and yeah, I wish you the utmost groundedness moving through this process so that you can keep celebrating, remembering that every cell in your body celebrates your body, and they don't even ask for anything in return. So how can you move moving more into celebration as a base state of being? I've never seen that deck before, by the way, the Light Seers, but I'll go get my other deck before we jump further. Medusa, if you don't mind. So, Clinton and Elizabeth, then we'll be moving forward with Medusa, our friend. And if Meg is still here, we'll do your reading. You can jump in and say what's up. Fun fact, 11 emojis fit in one line of the comments. Coincidence? I think not. Everything happens perfectly. Everything happens perfectly. Alright, we got a couple more of y'all jumping on here. Thank you for your donations. Thank you for saying what's up. How you doing? Yeah, how are you doing? I'm curious. So after Elizabeth, who we just completed with, we have Madonna, aka Medusa. Then we have Macy. Then we have Devlin Ray. Then we have Melissa. And the 3 of y'all will be next. I'm going to write you down real quick. I'm going to go get my other deck, and then we'll keep moving just because I want to show that to y'all. But give me 1 second if you don't mind. Maybe give yourself a second to get some water, use the restroom, smoke a joint, whatever it is that feels good to you. And I'll be right back in like 30 seconds. I'm going to just drop a comment in here so y'all can see this. And yeah, we'll keep flowing with it. Alrighty. Let me go get that other deck just so I can show y'all, answer your question, and then, yeah, Medusa, you're alright, respect. Do you have a question, by the way, or do you want a general reading? Let me know. Let me know. Just alright, that's right. No need to overdo it. You don't have to be over the top. You can be chilling. You can be going through whatever it is that you're going through right now. You're welcome. Every bit of you is here. Is there anything that you'd like clarity regarding via the cards? Let me know. Drop that in the comments. Yes, will I find an apartment this time? In time. Alright. Let me go get this other deck and then we'll keep that in mind. We'll be right back. Hey, my dude, I could really do some guidance. Yeah, give me a minute. We got a queue. We're helping out our friends with some cards, and yeah, we'll jump in. If you feel called to comment, you're welcome to, or you can send me a message on Instagram, and maybe we could do a one-on-one, whatever you're feeling. But this is my new favorite deck right now. This is actually the first deck I ever owned, and very appropriate given the fact that, you know, I go by Zen. I was introducing myself as Zen for a while. I met a man once, and he saw that my name was Zen. He was like, "This is my favorite deck. You need to check it out." This was before I really even started getting into tarot. We did a reading. It was amazing, and he said, "You need to get this deck," and so I got it, and here it is. I had one originally, but it was stolen, and here's my newer one that I just got this week, and I'm so stoked to play with it again. And soon enough, I will be offering our fellow people to get some readings from this one. I think it might be, you know, maybe a $7 donation, because these cards are a little bit more in-depth and they speak right to it. But yeah, this deck is the shit. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. It's subtly different. It's very much inspired by and follows a lot of similarities to the Arthur Edward Waite Smith deck, though it speaks a little bit more to my soul. The card designs are gorgeous, and their depth of reading is also impeccable. Yeah. Then I'm so stoked about this new deck that I just got, True Heart Intuitive Tarot by Rachel True. And I'm so excited for this deck. I'm going to be starting a new tarot series where I'll be doing Intro 101, Intro to Tarot 101, and I'm going to be just moving through every single card, and I'm going to be doing TikToks to just base education and information on the tarot. And I wanted a deck that was much more inclusive, because the Arthur Edward Waite deck is all Caucasian, all white people. There's no inclusivity. You know, it was created in like northern Italy in the 1400s. So in the original designs are, you know, all people of fair skin and blonde hair and light eyes, and that's not realistic. I want this to be relatable as possible, and so I was doing some research on like the most inclusive tarot decks and came across this one, and I'm so excited for it. These cards are gorgeous. Let me just give 1 second just to show you some of them if you don't mind. And yeah, the Goddess Oracle deck, I've played with that one. It's so serious. OMG, I can't wait to watch your series and learn more, grow with you. Cheers. I'm starting that this week. I'll be filming that this week, and there's gonna be like over 100 videos, so it'll be a little while for me to like make that series, but I'll be making the content pretty predominantly as I'm in a space where I'm not like working for anybody right now. So this is what I'm choosing to be my new work for myself, starting my own business. And yeah, I think it's very important to offer this education so we can all learn together. Let me just show you this real quick, like just so you can see the difference between the two decks. What I'm talking about. Okay, so in the Arthur Edward Waite Smith deck, this is the 0 card, the Fool. This is what he looks like. Blonde hair, fair skin, very European. Yada yada. Not everybody can relate to it. The Fool card in the Intuitive Tarot deck, she looks like this. Very similar. But she's an indigenous, apparently, looking woman. Very similar. Subtly different. I'm so excited for this deck. I highly recommend it for everybody. And this will be the cards that I'll be doing the series with regarding introductory to tarot. And yeah, I'll be making a point of that in the series, but right now we're not going to be playing with it because I want to keep it in order and I don't want to shuffle it. This deck right here is my play deck, so it's all shuffled. The cards have bends, they've got cracks, you know. Anyway, that's that. We'll be playing with those cards later, but after we get into the series. I love how her dress flows into the mountains in the sky. Yeah, it's transparent. I think so. It's amazing. She like blends right in. It's such a gorgeous deck. I highly recommend looking into it. Rachel True, Intuitive Tarot. Alright, Medusa. Got you, my dude. We got these cards here, and we're going to be asking, are you going to be finding your apartment in time? That's the question you wanted to know. And we'll move forward. What a blessing indeed. What a life. Alright, Medusa. Some clarity, some guidance regarding your apartments, timing, and all the goodness. Cards show us what you have to say regarding your move, what's happening in the near future. Can you bring some solace, some peace, some clarity? Please. I'm not sure what the Gosha is. To answer your question, Jiku. So I can't answer that question. I don't know what that is. And also, like, follow your heart. That's all I can say. I can't tell you how to live your journey or your life. And I don't know you well enough to provide insight at the same time. Your heart knows you deeply. From Medusa. The devil at the bottom of the deck, I know, right? That little bastard. I was wondering if anybody saw that. I'm glad you got your eyes open. She's ready. She's like, let me know what these cards say. Let me know what these cards say. I got you, friend. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Even if we pull out the devil, which I wouldn't be surprised because loves to make a show. Look at that bastard. Still there at the bottom of the deck. Don't worry about it. The devil's not a bad person. We'll cut these cards. And then we'll what's this called? Shuffle them once more time. Lesser keys with Solomon, but my intuition has guided me well thus far. Yes, exactly. I've never heard that interpretation of the devil before, but definitely open to just perspectives. Alright. Clarity regarding Medusa's move and timeliness of the apartment and how all that will move in tune. Cards show us what you do. We got the Knight of Cups in the draw. We have in reverse. Shouts out, thanks for being here. We got the recording on YouTube tomorrow, so you're more than welcome to check out the rest of it if you want. I appreciate you, Jiku. Thank you for your compliments and for just chiming in. Wish you a beautiful day as well, whatever you're getting into. Take care of yourself. Got the Nine of Cups right there in reverse. We got the Ace of Wands in reverse as well. That's what she looks like upright. We got the Ace of Cups too, in reverse. Regarding your apartment and the timeliness of everything, these cards are encouraging me to remind you to have faith, that everything happens in perfect timing. I'm getting that because they're all in reverse, so they're speaking directly to a blockage that's occurring. The fact that it's disheartening that you haven't found a space yet and you probably are required to do so soon. But to stay grounded in this and remember that when you stay open and in tune with the faith and you move in tune with the intuition, your cup will overflow. You'll be taken care of. You'll be in the right place, in the right space, at the right time, and you'll get that apartment that you need. Though know that it does take some communicating, it does take some effort, it does take some initiative. That Ace of Wands being that practicing your magic and integrating that into your human, so that what it is that allows you to speak your power, your truth, so you can call in the manifestations that are ready for you. And once you do this, then you'll be just moving with it. You'll be on your horse, cup in hand, flowing, in tune with your emotions, grounded in them, not swayed by them too much. So allow yourself to remember that it's okay to give it up. It's out of your hands, and it's in the hands of have faith. Don't give up. Stay persistent. Stay proactive in the search. And when you embody that faith, you'll just be walking in tune with it. You'll be walking hand in hand with the faith. That's really what it means to be a spiritual person. Developing your relationship with life and allowing it to flow through you in harmony, easily, effortlessly, to the best of your ability. And remembering that even when it doesn't seem like it's working, even when it seems like it's intimidating or scary, give yourself the ability to just simply witness these sensations rather than reacting to them and feeding into the fear, and instead recognize the fear, look it in its face and reflect it back onto itself and say, no, not today. Not today, Satan. You will not be drawn, devil card. Instead, we're going to be moving hand in hand with faith. So that all these cards can turn upright and you can wield your power as an individual that you are. You got it, my dude. Don't stay stuck in stone, Medusa. Alright. Macy, are you still here? I could do you. Though if you want to jump in queue, you have to drop a donation. Cash App, Venmo, Gavin's, and $5. Wow, you just stared into my eyes. Huh, I'm glad I could do so. The devil card screams to do shadow work. Yes, fact, thank you. You can ask a question, but that doesn't mean I'm going to answer it. You're welcome, my friend. I'm so grateful that you enjoyed it. And thanks for the sunglasses, by the way, Randy. If you'd like to get a reading, you can jump in queue. I'll be accepting 3 to 5 more, depending on how many people want to get a reading. But we're about 2 hours in, so that's usually where I cut it. We do $5, Cash App, Venmo, Gavin, Zen, Gavin, one word, lowercase, no spaces. That'll secure yourself a line in our list. And right now, we're moving forward with Macy, Devlin, Melissa. Macy, are you still here? Macy, do you have a question? Or do you want a general reading? Welcome back, welcome. Do you have a question? Do you want a general reading? Let me know, my dude. General reading, got you, Macy. And let me just check my phone real quick, make sure there are no other donations in here. I'll drop the comment one more time. Yeah, pray to God. God loves it when you pray to him. Sometimes you gotta invest in yourself. You know, not everything in life is free, quote unquote. Okay, we have... Cool, no one else has been added. We have Macy, then Devlin, then Madonna. Cry it out, let it out, release it. Like, you don't have to hold on to it any longer. Like, this is $5, which is one of the most like affordable tarot readings I've ever seen in my entire life. So you're welcome, bro. I'm happy to do what I can. You know, I'm glad that you can find some humor in this, that we can, you know, shoot the shit and be silly with each other. Keep trucking, keep doing your thing. So we got Macy, we got Devlin, and we got Melissa. Macy wants a general reading. I'm just gonna drop this comment real quick. Exactly. Thank you for just saying that, Miss Peculiar Empress. Yes, reciprocation, reciprocity, it's all in the balance. It's necessary. Drop this comment real quick. And yeah, as a natural comedian, I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, like when you're in tune, the humor just flows through you. I'm glad that we can geek, because most of the time I just make myself laugh and people think I'm like, what's going on with that guy over there? But I'm glad that we can laugh here together. That's really what life is all about. All right. Macy, 2 cards in a root for you, my dude. I'm going to accept 3 to 5 more donations. If anybody else would like to jump in, you're more than welcome. Otherwise, I'm going to jump off after these three beautiful beings, and we're going to just keep flowing for the evening. But yeah, I usually like to cap these around 2 hours, so you can always catch the replay on my YouTube channel. That's in my bio. And yeah, let's grow. We're out here doing the thing. Shouts out to all my outcasts out there. My big three. Could you guess? And then I'll answer you. Alrighty. 2 cards in a root for our friend Macy. General reading. We are doing 2 cards in a root, my dude. That's how I like to do brief, quick readings, where we do 2 cards and then we flip the deck upside down to see how it's all tied together. Pisces Sun. Did you watch one of my videos? I bet you're Virgo, Scorpio, Gemini, or Aquarius. Alright. I am a Pisces Sun. AstroPie either has seen my videos or is just really good at guessing. I got a Pisces Sun. I got a Scorpio Rising. And I got a Gemini Moon. That is my big 3 for you. Pisces Sun, Gemini Moon, Scorpio Ascendant. Yes. 2 cards in a root. Our friend Macy, our dude. Squad. Alrighty. General reading for our friend Macy. We have the Knight of Cups and the 9 of Wands in the draw. Both facing upright. 9 of Cups here. Nice. Rest in peace. Shouts out to all my Gemini, shouts out to all my Scorpio, shouts out to my Aquarians, shouts out to my Libras, shouts out to my Pisces, shouts out to my Sagittarius. Happy birthday, babies. We got the 9 of Wands up here. We have the Knight of Cups up here. I wish you ease with your healing process, by the way, Christina. We got the King of Swords in the root in reverse. Yeah, shouts out to my baby Aries. Shouts out to my Taurus, my Virgos. Shouts out to my Capricorns. Knight of Swords in the root for you, my dude. Excuse me, King of Swords in reverse in the root. This is what she looks like right side up. Taurus, Sun, Pisces, Moon, Leo, Ascendant. What a mix. We got the King of Swords in the root in reverse. Knight of Cups and 9 of Wands. What I'm getting from this is that you don't have to hold on so tight. Maybe you're being inspired. Not maybe. The cards are telling me to tell you, intuition is moving through me to share with you at this moment in time that perhaps you can release your grip a little bit. You don't have to hold on to it so tight. Shouts out to my Cancers. That's what I was looking for. Thank you. Can never forget. Love me some Cancers. Mostly people I meet with Cancer signs in their moon sign, which is very intriguing. Yeah. Beautiful beings. Okay. So yeah, what I'm getting from this is that you can loosen your grip a little bit. You're holding on tight because that's how you've kept things safe. That's how you've kept things direct. That's how you've stayed on your horse. Though no, you don't have to hold on to your cup so heavy. Welcome, welcome. Hi, hi. You don't have to hold on so heavy. You can give yourself some slack because you got to be able to sit back and relax for a second. Even though it takes a lot of power and pressure to be a king sitting here on the throne. You can't hold your sword so strong that it turns to stone. You gotta, as Bruce Lee says, as Bruce Lee is quoted on saying, be formless, shapeless, like water, my friend. Hold the water, rather than holding on for so dear life. Hold your water, be the water, rather than holding on for dear life. Where can you let go? Where can you invite more ease into your being? Where can you invite more peace and grace and easiness into your body? This is what you're being called to do, asking yourself to inquire within. Where can you let go of the necessity to control, and instead allow the soul to move through the experience, to move in tune with what it is? Yeah. Allow yourself to release it, to keep moving forward, and move on from it. You don't have to hold on so tight. Just enough. Stay rooted, stay grounded. Let go of that, what is holding you back. And ask yourself, what's holding me back? Where am I ready to let go? What energies are no longer serving me, and what can I release? Grant yourself that courage to do so. That way you can sit back on your horse, on your throne, rather than being here afraid of the world, feeling like you need to defend yourself from everything. Letting go of that necessity to control and not hold on so tight. When we can let go and we can trust and have faith, things beyond your imagination will begin to find their way into your experience. That's for you, my dude. Alright, Macy. Let me know what you thought about that. Anything resonate there? Devlin, are you still here? Devlin, are you still here? After Devlin, we have Melissa. I'm going to drop my donation, one more in there. Those who wish to do a reading, 2 cards in a root, $5, donation based. Cash App, Venmo, Gavin Zen, GAVINZEN, GAVINZEN. Thank you, Victoria. Cash App, Venmo. Secure yourself a space, and we'll keep reading. Otherwise, we're gonna clear out our evening. And Devlin, thank you so much. I have lots of anxiety and definitely struggle to let go. Yeah, it's a challenge. So ask yourself, where can I let go, and begin to practice that and integrate that into your life. Knowing that you don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to do it all by yourself. What's your thoughts on flat earth and God creating a firmament? That's for another conversation. What's up, Kimberly from the Philippines? Kapung krap. Thank you for being here. And thank you, Macy. It's not my energy. I don't have it. It just moves through me. The energy is for everybody. And it's how we allow it to move through us is how it takes shape. Allow it to move through you to the best of your ability. Learning how to step out of one's own way. It's a challenge, but it's what we're here for. The Spirit of God shouts out my love. Devlin, are you still here? Do you have any questions? Do you want a general reading? Hi. I'm not seeing any comments from Devlin, so we might move. Ah, I see you. Got the comment. You can have a general reading. We got a queue right now. If you'd like to secure yourself a space, you can drop me a donation at Gavin Zen, Cash App, Venmo, GAVINZEN, just $5, and we'll do a reading for you. Thank you for your likes, Hippie. And Peculiar Empress, are you still in here? Did you have to dip? Did you have to move on with your day? Know that if you drop a donation, if you can't stay, there will be a recording of this on my YouTube, and you can always jump back and check on it later on my YouTube channel in my bio. Perfect. Hi, Devlin Ray. Anything that flows through, can you use the Ocho for me? Yes, I can use the Ocho for you. You're sweet. Just because you asked so kindly and you've been here speaking right to my heart the whole time. I got you, my baby. We got Devlin, then we got Melissa, and then I'm open to 3 to 5 more donations depending on how we're flowing, how we're feeling. But right now, no one else has jumped in, so we're going to keep flowing and with these last 2 beautiful beings. And we're opening up the Osho Zen deck for our friend Devlin, which is my first time doing readings live with this deck. And I hope you don't mind. I'm still familiarizing myself with this deck, so I may end up using the book to assist. I hope you don't mind. And yeah, we'll do the same thing. We'll do 2 cards in a root for you. And yeah. I think I'm going to create a menu in the future where you can choose the deck that you want to play with. Very pretty deck indeed. And I think this deck is going to be a little bit pricier just because it's a little bit more in depth. But we're going to keep flowing with it. You know, I haven't established that yet, so it's not like I'm just going to make up prices on the fly. Let's journey together indeed. Mr. Bicycle, if you'd like to drop a donation, you can secure yourself a space. Cash App, Venmo, Gavin's, and one word lowercase. GAVINZEN, $5. 2 cards in a root with our Osho. Indeed. Looks like 1 card's jumping out, wants to play, so we'll hold you to the side. Gonna shuffle one more time, then we'll cut the deck and we'll go for it. Clear the energy. Perfect. In the draw, all of the cards are reversed, which also might just be the way that I've set up the deck because it's still new and it hasn't been like all mixed up. Also, this guidebook doesn't actually have like a reverse card in it, so that's like very much open to the person, the interpretation. And yeah, this can definitely be viewed as heavy. We got 13, or transformation, here in the draw. In reverse, we got politics, number 7 of the mind in reverse. We have change, number 10 in the root, reverse as well. That's what she looks like upright. We got the rebel, number 4, the card that fell out. Short king. And for you, my dude. Yeah, these cards are gorgeous. What I'm getting from this is that you are, maybe have been doing this for a little bit, but now you're really beginning to embody this change that you've been calling into your life, this culmination. You were probably, you know, just like most individuals born in today's day and age, behaving in a way that was in some form of alignment with the matrix, moving in tune with the programs and the patterns that society has crafted and imposed upon us without our consent. And a big shift has happened in your life within the past 3 to 5 years where you decided to release all of that conditioning and you decided to move more in tune with your spirit. And that's when you started delving into the path. I might be projecting, but it feels in resonance. I'm getting this from the politics card. The politics card being a card where the politician has this like nice happy-go-lucky jovial face and this like vile like snake face. Both of these faces are masks. Both of these faces are masks, and you've been putting on a mask for most of your life. And now you're being really called to like completely release that old archaic, outdated programming. And you're being asked to really step into the transformation on an embodied level where it is articulated through every movement of your being. You're living in a way that also reminds others that they are allowed to change. What you're living does is a beacon. Instead of you being asked to transform and change, what I'm getting from this is that your way of living, I feel like the rebel card is very much speaking to you and the way that you are perceived basically by your family and your friends and your close people, because you live in a very unconventional fashion based on their relationship with what we're supposed to do in society. And because of that, in their eyes, you're a rebel. And because you live so authentically in this truth, you allow other people to be inspired. And you help other people see the light within themselves. You are shining as a beacon and allowing other people to remember that they have the ability to shine themselves. You can get a reading by dropping a donation to Cash App, Venmo, Gavin Zen, GAVINZEN, one word, lowercase, $5. 2 cards and a root. Go ahead and drop it real quick because we're on our last reading. So if you want to get in here, you're more than welcome. Otherwise, we'll be finishing up soon. Going forward, my friend Devlin Ray. You inspire people to change. You inspire people to transform. You inspire people to put down their masks and to be their authentic true self because you've gone through this yourself. Resonates. I've been breaking generational curses past few years. Rebel, yes, exactly. I feel that heavy. That's very in alignment with my path, which makes sense as to why you're able to just see me in the comments you were making in earlier when you first jumped in here. We are very pure reflection. So I wish you clarity with your reflection. I wish you the utmost ease and grace as you move forward and allow yourself to really embody your transformation. I'm not going to read every single card here, but I'm going to read the Rebel card. I do feel called to share that one, so yeah. Ross, what's up, my dude? Are you from Friends? Alright. So the Rebel is card 4 in the Major Arcana in this deck. It says, the powerful, an authoritative figure in this card is clearly the master of his own destiny. On his shoulder is the emblem of the sun, and the torch he holds in his right hand symbolizes the light of his own hard-won truth. Whether he is wealthy or poor, the rebel is really an emperor because he has broken the chains of society's repressive conditioning and opinions. He has formed himself by embracing all of the colors of the rainbow, emerging from the dark and the formless roots of his unconscious past and growing wings to fly into the sky. His very way of being is rebellious, not because he is fighting against anybody or anything, but because he has discovered his own truth and nature and is determined to live in accordance with it. The eagle is his spirit animal, a messenger between the earth and the sky. The rebel challenges us to be courageous enough to take responsibility for who we are and to live in our truth. People are afraid, very much afraid of those who know themselves. They have a certain power, a certain aura, a certain magnetic charisma, a certain magnetism, a charisma that you can take out alive. Young people from the traditional imprisonment. The enlightened man cannot be enslaved. That is the difficulty, and he cannot be imprisoned. Every genius who has known something of the inner is bound to be a little difficult to be absorbed. He's going to be an upsetting force. The masses don't want to be disturbed. Even though they may be living in misery, they are in misery, but they are accustomed to misery. And anybody who is not miserable looks like a stranger. The enlightened man is the greatest stranger in the world. He does not seem to belong to anybody. No organization confines him, no community, no society, no nation. There you go. And look, our population in the reading just dropped like 30 because no one wanted to hear that. They're afraid. There were like 40 people in here when I started reading that. And now there's 15. Shouts out to all of y'all who still stayed. Because there were people intimidated by this. The truth. Be yourself. Allow your truth to shine. Thank you. Melissa, are you still here? Melissa, are you still here? That resonates so much in my soul in a cellular level, and that's how you know. Hi. Greetings, Minash. Do you have a question? Do you want a general reading? Thank you for being patient. Thank you for staying, and I'm so grateful that you enjoyed that, Devlin. I'm so grateful that it resonated and spoke to your soul. That's really what all this is about, speaking right to your soul. And as long as you felt the call, that's what matters the most. I'm going to drop a comment one more time. I just joined what I miss. We can watch the live stream and you can see what everything you missed. Why you look like that, I don't know, you're asking. Just anything to do with my love world that spirit thinks I need to hear. Perfect. Got you. What's going on with Melissa's love life, y'all? We're going to jump back to the original deck. We only play with this deck because it was asked by our friend, requested. I'm going to drop this comment real quick. Damn, you're a fine specimen. Takes one to know one. Takes one to know one. And yeah, these will be, I think, on the menu next week. I'm going to make a menu because I really do love these cards and I do love sharing them. But I do think they're a little bit more deep and I'm still learning them, so. Fine with whatever deck. Be easy on me, as Adele says. I got you, babe. No worries. And yeah, Melissa's our last. We have Meg, who jumped out a little while ago, so I'm going to still read for Meg, and we'll include at the tail end of the live stream, that way they can catch it later. Yeah. If you would like me to answer that question, Shiloh, you can drop a donation to my Cash App or my Venmo, Gavin Zen, and we'll do a reading for you. Otherwise, we're going to keep moving with our queue, and those who've been waiting so kindly and patiently. So Melissa would like some clarity regarding her love life, what's happening. Thank you, Victoria. I appreciate you jumping in as moderator. Shouts out to you. And yeah, we'll keep flowing. Also, for those of y'all just in here, if you could have any superpower, what would it be? Questions. I think the cards are telling me it's about that time. Time travel would be legit. Invisibility, teleportation, all great powers. Lucid dreaming. Not with that attitude. To be able to fly. I love it. I love it. I love it. All of these powers are very freeing, liberating powers, allowing you to travel and tune with your soul. Flying, teleporting. Alrighty, my babe. Melissa, 2 cards in a row for you. What's going on in your love life? Would you like some clarity? And what would you like to say today, Spirit, through the cards? Let us see, let us see, let us see. Dun 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 dun. Nervous. You got the King of Wands in reverse in the draw. This is what you look like upright. You got the Death card. 13 in the Major Arcana in reverse. This is what you look like upright. Death card is my absolute favorite card in the deck. You don't really hear that one often, but I love that perspective. You got the Death card in reverse. You got the 10 of Cups in Celebration at the bottom. In the root. Super focused. That would be very important. For you, Melissa, what we're getting from this is that I'm seeing a very synchronistic reading here. What I'm seeing as this is a sign of encouragement to keep doing what you're doing. What I'm seeing from these cards is that you should continue to stand in your truth, moving in tune, what makes you feel alive. If you could choose Hobbit or Elf, what would you pick? Definitely an Elf. I mean, look at this, babe. I was out there shooting arrows on the battlefield. You already know me. But also, I'm a young Gandalf, so I like that question. King of Wands. Sitting back on your throne with your fire, with your magic as an individual. And allowing whatever it is that wishes to transition in your life to die. Letting yourself let go of all the preconceived patterns, programs, conditionings that are no longer serving thee, and allowing yourself to release these energies, putting them to death, letting them be put to rest eternally, so you can stay present with all that is. I'll confirm in just a second, Anna. I appreciate you. Allow yourself to allow and to continue all that is in tune. Thank you, Courtney. You're a sweetheart. I appreciate you. What can I say? I get it from my mama. The King of Wands is all the energies that you ought to allow to continue in your life, that which you should continue to move in tune. And that way you can stay in celebration. You can continue to be grateful and continue to stay in a space of harmony with life itself, so that all the cells in your body may celebrate your body. May all the cells in your being celebrate your being. I've been debating on letting him go to stay on my own course as an individual. Could that be the D? Could that be the D? It could be. It could be. Perhaps it is time, if you've been feeling that, it is time for you to allow yourself to put rest to all the relationships, patterns, and programs that are not in tune with you. So if it's a thing that's getting in the way of your relationship and you feel like in your heart that you want the relationship to maintain, you need to cut that pattern. Or if you feel like the relationship itself is not allowing you to connect with yourself on a deeper level so that you can really embody and integrate your magic as an individual, you need to cut the relationship. Or you need to cut whatever it is in the relationship that's not allowing this celebration. Knowing this is right around the corner and based on your decision will determine how much you'll move into this, how long this will last. Though what I'm also getting from this is the Wheel of Fortune underneath it. I'm just feeling kind to show you an extra card. And the Wheel of Fortune shows to me that this is going to be happening for a while. Like, you'll be moving in tune with your abundance, that which is calling for you to receive the joy and the beauty that is life wanting to give to you, but you have to let yourself put to death the things that are not serving you. And if it's that relationship, it's that relationship. Knowing, though, that ultimately there's only one relationship, and that's your relationship with yourself. And that will then evolve and play out into all relationships. So when you can develop that relationship with yourself, you'll be standing in your fire, you'll be sitting on your throne. Yeah. All right, we're going to go. We're going to go. Thank you, Melissa, for being in tune, for listening, and for being open. I'm grateful that you appreciated this. And I'm honored to be able to provide a semblance of clarity. Absolutely. Ashanti. Shouts out, Anna. How you doing, babe? You're on the list. You are next. And if no one else donates, by the time you've completed, you'll be the last reading of the evening. Otherwise, we'll keep flowing. Thank you for everybody for being here so far, and for jumping in and joining in for however long you've been here. Thanks for being here. If you've been here for a while, shouts out to you. If you're just jumping in, shouts out to you too. I'm wishing you a beautiful day, wherever you're getting into. I think this might be our last reading, unless someone slides in real quick and drops that donation. Otherwise, we're going to just keep flowing with it. Ashanti, do you have any questions? You want a general reading? Namaste, by the way. Melissa, thank you for being here today. Namaste. And by the way, you can catch this recording on my YouTube channel. Link is in the bio. Hi, I'm new to this and wanting some beginning clarity. Cool. Thank you, Victoria, for jumping in and saying that. Anna Shipman, I think that you're Ashanti, if I'm not mistaken. Am I mistaken? Is that you? Can you tell me what you commented? Yes, perfect. Okay, it is you. Got you. So you would like some beginning clarity. Cool. Yeah. Do you want a general reading? Thanks, Bates. Perfect. Got you, Anna. You're new to tarot. Cool. No worries. I'm still learning myself. There's people who've been doing this for entire lifetimes. I've only been doing this for a couple of years. Still very new. Still learning more every day. But feeling like I'm in a space where I can share with my fellow people. You said you'd like some beginning clarity. So do you want your reading to provide you clarity regarding tarot in general, or do you want clarity for your life? I need some clarity with your question. Thank you, Sicilian Kiss, by the way. And I just wanted to pop in and say you're amazing. Well, thank you, Allison. I appreciate you. Nothing more than a reflection of you, dear. Thank you. Yeah, Anna, let me know. Let me know. Y'all are so sweet. Thank you, Katie. I'm out here having fun every single Tuesday, Tarot Tuesday. Clarity for the clarity inception. Woo! Clarity for your future life. Got you, dude. Alright. Clarity. The mirror is foggy. I need to see with pristine vision. Alrighty. This might be our last one, unless we get someone else to jump in and donate, but otherwise we're, I think just past 2 hours. So I think that's about it for the evening. This has been very enjoyable, and we've had very beautiful readings. Everyone seemed to really appreciate the reading so far, so you can jump in next Tuesday or maybe another random day this week. And yeah. What's the general donation? This donation is $5. 2 cards and a root, Cash App, or Venmo. Thank you, Victoria. Did you know that the Game of Eternal actor Richard Madden is dating? No, I don't know what that show is. I don't really concern myself about celebrities and dating. That shit doesn't mean anything to me. Yeah. Alrighty. Anna, clarity regarding future life. Cards, what do you have to say about this? Can we get some insight about what's happening down the road for our friend? Or let's see your honest and open expression. 11 out of 10. That's right. Like, no, I don't get it. And yes, I can read you if you'd like to make a donation. Otherwise, we're going to keep moving forward with our friend Anna. Some clarity on your future and the direction that you're moving. We're going to split the deck. We'll clear the energy. We'll draw 2 cards. We'll flip them upside down for the root. We have drawn the 3 of Pentacles and the 4 of Cups. 3 of Pentacles right side up, 4 of Cups in reverse. It's Cash App and Venmo, whatever flows for you. Thank you for asking. So we got the 3 of Pentacles first. We got the 4 of Cups in reverse. That's what she look like. We got the Page of Cups in the root. Right side up. For you, my love, what we're getting from this is you're being encouraged to get to know yourself on a deeper level than ever. I'm 20, this body is 24 years old. Sometimes I feel like I'm 300 years old. Sometimes I feel like I'm a newborn baby. What I'm getting intuitively is that you're around the same age as this body, 24, probably less, what my intuition is saying. I might be completely wrong. I don't mean to project. Though what I'm feeling called to say, maybe it's more of a spiritual age, is that it's time for you are in a space where you're maturing spiritually. Perfect. Yeah, look at that. See, I knew it. Like, the intuition is impeccable. You're being called, you're being inspired, you're being encouraged to get to know yourself on greater levels than ever. You're getting this reading is saying that it's time for you to get to know yourself clearly, mind, body, spirit, as if you have multiple aspects of self. See, Melissa, thanks for being here, hon. I wish you a lovely, lovely day, whatever you're getting into. And for you, Anna, your spirit is calling you through the cards to say, get to know me. Like, who? So it's time for you to inquire, like, whoa, like, spirit, what do you like? What aspect of me how have you been showing yourself in my life? And how can I invite you deeper into my experience, into my day-to-day love, life? And so this is what I'm getting from this card. Sometimes this can be like seen as like a collection or a communion or a conversation between other individuals, but what I'm getting is this is a conversation between your mind, your body, your mind, your body, your spirit, your mind, your body, your spirit. How all three can work in harmony, and this is how you will get to know yourself on a greater level than ever. And the only way you can do this is if you give yourself time to sit by yourself. And if it's difficult for you to do that, finding a pocket in every single day, 3-5 minutes, just be there with yourself and with your breath and tune into your spirit. So you can ask yourself, sit underneath a tree, go outside, breathe some fresh air, and ask yourself, who am I? Why am I here? What's my purpose? What's my dharma? What's my spiritual mission? Inquire within. Be courageous, be brave, and allow yourself the vulnerability to do so. But listen to the feelings as they arise, as you're asking yourself these questions. That way you can stay with your emotions grounded. The Page of Cups is the embodiment of being able to articulate and express and communicate one's emotions from a space of groundedness. And as you begin to sit within, as you begin to get to know yourself on a deeper level, mind, body, spirit, and you sit with yourself, you'll be able to listen to these feelings and you'll be able to articulate them into English. You'll be able to translate these vibrations that you feel, the energy in motion, the emotion within you. You'll be able to translate that into day-to-day life, however it wishes to be received or picked up by those around you. So I wish you grace, groundedness, ease, and effortlessness to the best of your ability as you practice. And knowing that it takes persistence, it takes effort, you gotta be resilient, and you gotta be consistent with your practice. That way you can really dive into it and allow yourself to witness every aspect of you in your experience so you can integrate it and stand in it, in your truth. No more holding back. This is your sign. You don't have to know all the answers. You don't have to know how. Though as a wise fish once said, just keep swimming, one foot after the other, walking in the direction of your dreams. Alrighty, who's next? I think we got one more donation at least. Amy, are you still here? Amy, you're gonna be our last one. Unless someone else jumps in, I'm not gonna turn them away, but I'm not gonna comment anymore. And yeah, we're about a little over 2 hours now. So, Amy, are you still here? I would love to share a doob with him. That sounds delightful. Yes, General, please. I would love a nice doob. I'm about to jump off here and gonna treat myself to a nice evening toke. Before that, we got 2 cards en route for our friend Amy over here. We're gonna show up these cards. We're gonna keep flowing. Good morning, Austria. Guten Tag. What's up, Jesse? Happy birthday, Jesse. How you doing, girl? Congratulations on another successful revolution around the sun. In the same flow as you, my man. Let's grow. We're in this. Got 2 cards in a root for our friend Amy, and then after that, we're gonna maybe play a little guitar just to close out the container, because that's how we started today, and then we'll jump out of here. Alrighty, my babe. Amy, 2 cards in a row. General reading for you. We have 6 of Swords in reverse in the first draw. We have the 9 of Pentacles in the second draw, upright. We have the Knight of Cups making another appearance here in the Root in reverse. Amy, what I'm getting from this reading is that you are on the precipice of transition in your life. You're going to be seeing a movement in a new direction, whether that means physically or metaphysically, whether that means energetically or exponentially. Actually, what I'm seeing from the Six of Swords in reverse is that this change is right around the corner. And you're being inspired to choose that which makes you feel like this card. The Nine of Pentacles, and how this woman is here in a grove, in a beautiful dress, with a bird on top of the world, very princessy vibes, with all of her abundance around her. What makes you feel abundant? What makes you feel alive? What makes you feel in tune with nature? That's up to you. That's up to you. But you're being inspired to choose that as you're presented with this opportunity for change, as this time of moving into a new chapter. Choose this. And this will allow you to stay on your horse, keeping your emotions in mind and allowing them to flow, but keeping the water in your cup. How have you healed from trauma this year? Well, do you have time? Because it's a lifelong process. And I've had a rather traumatic year, honestly, if I'm going to be real, but I haven't really been affected by it. So we're just going to say that. I'm in the process of trying to transfer careers, but life wants to shit on me along the way. LOL. Don't let it. Don't let it. Choose that career that lets you feel like you're the shit. Instead of letting life shit on you, you choose to be the shit. You are the badass, and you have the power in your hands. Tell the universe what you want. Don't be afraid. And choose, as you're presented with this opportunity of transformation, of a new career path, the journey for you, then it's time for you to move in tune with this. Geez, Amy, I'm sorry to hear that. That's horrible, and no mother should ever have to experience that. May you move in tune with your heart, and may you continue to heal from this loss. And as you allow this beautiful soul to stay with you wherever you go, and remembering that they are still watching over you, if that is what you choose to believe. This is what I like to believe, and this is what feels good to me. I resonate with the quote that a person dies twice, once when they leave their body, and the last time when their name is spoken for the last time. The second time when their name is spoken for the last time. And I believe that you are carrying this spirit with you now, and they're on your spirit team. And for some reason the karma played out the way that it did, and it's horrendous, to say the least. I can only imagine. And I wish you the utmost presence and power within. I send you the utmost compassion and the utmost empathy, and although that doesn't really mean anything because they're just words, just know that the energy is there for you, what I can offer. And to remember that there's so much more going on here than what meets the eye. And as you're stepping into this new career field and embracing this next level of change, give yourself a moment to take a step back and slow it down so you can choose the path that is going to be more in tune with your heart. Because you realize that life is so precious, and you don't need to waste time on things that are not in tune with your spirit, that feel good in your soul, that feel good in your heart. And that's why you're being encouraged to follow this card. To the best of your ability, as much as you can, whether it's a career, whether it's a hobby, or whether it's a new friend, inviting this energy into your life and remembering that you don't have to do it all by yourself. And you are allowed to leave the situations that are not supporting this. And when you take this decision, you will stand on your horse and you'll be moving forward with it. Yeah, that's about it, my friend. I think that is as much as I have to say on that. And yeah, I just wish you ease and grace and gratitude. And I'm grateful for you for being here. I'm going to check this one more time just to make sure I'm not waiting on any, or I'm not missing any other donations, and otherwise we're going to call it an end to tonight's tarot reading. I'll play some little guitar to close it out. And I'll reach out to Meg. She donated earlier, though seems to have left, and so I'll reach out to them in their own time. Otherwise, we're going to put the cards away. We're going to get the guitar out for like 5 minutes or so, and we're just going to play, strum a little bit for a second or two before jumping off here. Thank you. Absolutely. Least I can do. We'll be here next Tuesday, Tarot Tuesday. Every Tuesday. You can catch the replay on my YouTube channel. It's in the bio. Link is in the bio. And yeah, gutting, knowing we are in different countries. Soon enough, we'll be able to teleport to each other. Soon enough. Yeah. Wherever you are, wherever you may be, I'm wishing you presence. I'm wishing you the remembrance to breathe, remembering that your breath is your very connection to this experience. May you continue to breathe in the life force energy that makes you feel empowered and alive and invigorated and enthusiastic. Power to you. Greetings, you beautiful beings. Thank you for all the hearts. I appreciate you. Leroy. Leroyster. La Oyster 222. Alright, I'll play this one cover by one of the most legendary bands to exist in this modern day and age called The Grateful Dead, and this song is called Friend of the Devil.
I set out for Reno, I was trailed by 20 hounds. Didn't get to sleep that night till the morning came around. Set out running, though I take my time. Friend, the devil doesn't mind if I get home before daylight. Just might get some sleep tonight. I went down to the levee and the devil, he saw me there. I gave him that $20 bill and I vanished into the air. Said I wanna go, I'll take my time. A friend of the devil isn't gonna mind if I get home before daylight. Just might get some sleep tonight. Got a wife in San Diego and one in Cincinnati. Both say they're cool with it, so it's cool with me. Said I really know I take my time. A friend of the devil isn't gonna mind if I get home before daylight. Just might get some sleep tonight. All laws are illegal on stolen land. All laws are illegal on stolen land. Give it back, give it back, give it back, yes sir, I demand. As long as I can sit, as long as I can piss, as long as I can breathe, as long as I got tits. Give back this country to the indigenous. Laws are illegal on stolen land. Give it back, give it back, give it back, yes sir, I demand. As long as I can sing, as long as I can play, as long as I can scream, as long as I can say, give it back to the original caretakers of this place. Well, I met you at the blood bank. We were looking at the bags, wondering if any of the colors matched any of the names we knew on the tags. She said, hey, look at there's yours, stacked on top of your brothers. See how they resemble one another, even in their plastic little covers. And I said, I know it well, that secret that you know, you don't know how to tell. Man, it fucks with your honor and it teases your head, but you know that it's good, girl, 'cause it's running you with red. Alright, babes. Thank you for being here today.
Thanks for sitting and playing and listening and simply being. The song that I just covered, that I was just playing, is called Blood Bank by Bon Iver. Bon Iver, B-O-N-I-V-E-R. Blood Bank. Amazing song. Farewell. Farewell. I'll see you soon. Take it easy, my dudes.